Hello students, today I am going to do grade 11 end of evaluation, year end evaluation 2019, Department of Education, North Central Province, paper 2. So this is also 3 hours and you know already 2 parts, part A and part B. You have to do only 5 questions out of 6. Each question worth 10 marks. And you have to ask for a graph paper to draw the graph, and spaces are not given in this one, so you have to ask for line papers. So in part A, 6 questions are there. First page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second page you get 6. And then you get part B, question number 7, 8, 9. Then 10, 11 and last page you get question number 12. So 3 hours, make sure that you spend 18 minutes per question, maximum 18 minutes. So let's do this paper. So let's do first question in paper 2. Sunimal obtained an amount of money from a financial institute as loan on simple interest at the interest rate of 8% for 2 years. Then he deposits that amount in another institute on compound interest for 2 years at interest rate of 10%. At the end of 2 years, Sunimal received a profit of 5,000 rupees after paying the loan and interest for the first institute. Find the amount of money obtained as a loan. So the initial value is not given, loan amount. So we'll take the loan amount is X. Loan is X. Then we can proceed from the beginning. So from the first financial institute, it's simple interest rate 8% for 2 hours. So what's that? Interest X into 8% over 100 into 2. That's the interest for 2 years. Then he deposits that amount in another institute. So we can write down this amount in terms of X, 16X over 100. So this is the interest you are getting after 2 years. That's simple interest. So what is the amount needs to pay? Total amount needs to pay X and 16X we need to add. What's the total? So 100 plus 16, 116X over 100. So that's the amount needs to pay. Now for the second company, it says then he deposits that amount in another institute on compound interest for 2 years at interest rate of 10%. So the amount, we can straightaway find out the total amount after 2 years with compound interest. Total amount after 2 years, 10% interest rate means compounded, 110 into 110. X into 110 over 100 into 110 over 100. That's twice we have to do for 2 years. That's the total amount after 2 years with compound interest. So what's the value there? You get 11 times 11, 121x over 100. Now in the question it says after 2 years, Sunimal received a profit of 5,000. So profit of 5,000 paying the loan and interest for the first institute. So the difference. So difference is equal to 5,000. So we'll find out difference between these two. 121x over 100 minus 116x over 100, that's equal to 5,000. So we can easily find out what is X. X is the loaned amount. So you get 100 as the denominator, subtract 5, x is there, so 5,000. So what is x? You multiply by 100 first and then divide by 5 to get x. X becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 100,000 rupees is the loaned amount. So when you take x initially, it's easy to solve the problem. So how many marks you are getting? So altogether 10 marks. So how we can divide the marks? 1 mark for finding the interest from the first institute. And the total amount paid, 2 marks. And for the second one, compound interest, you get 2 marks here and 1 mark for writing the correct answer, and then subtracting these two and form an equation, 2 marks, and solving and find out x, another 2 marks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 marks altogether. So let's take the second question. An incomplete table used to draw the graph of the function. So this is a quadratic graph. So you have to draw the graph and answer the given questions. So first thing you have to do, find the value of y when x equals 1. So what's the equation? Y equals x squared minus 2x minus 3 when x equals 1. Find the value of y. So you get 1 minus 2 minus 1 minus 1 minus 3 minus 4. So this is minus 4. Draw the above graph of the function by taking 10 small divisions along both x and y axis as 1 unit. So we'll start to draw. So starting from minus 2. Minus 2 minus 1, 0. So this becomes the y axis. Now mark the y value starting from 5. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Then you have to draw the x-axis. Minus 1, minus 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to 4, it's enough. So that's the scale. Now we can mark the points. Minus 2, 5. Minus 1, 0. 0 minus 3. 1 minus 4. 2 minus 3. 3, 0. 4, 5. Now we need to connect smoothly. So you can use the ruler for only joining the endpoints like this, but not for the curve part. So this one you have to smoothly connect. So we'll connect that. So smoothly we'll connect it. So something like this, and here something like this. So this is the quadratic graph. So here slightly this should be this way. So how many marks for the graph? You are getting 1 mark for the scale, 1 mark for marking the points, and 1 mark for connecting smoothly, and 1 mark for this one. And also we have to write down the scale. So 10 squares is 1 unit, means this way 0.1 and this way 0.1. And using the graph, describe the behavior of function when y increases from -4 to 0. -4 to 0. So you have to describe the behavior. So here to here. So we can start from x is -1 to 1. What happens? X is in between -1 to 1. Here to here, this is decreasing negatively because negative means below the x-axis. Decreasing negatively. Here to here, 1 to 3. X is in between 1 to 3, increasing. It's increasing there. Increasing. Again, it's negative side. Negatively. Increasing negatively. So how many marks for that one? We can look at the marking scheme. So we gave 3 and 1, and the last part, increase negatively and decreasing negatively. -4 to 0. So you have to take both sides. So it's given 2 marks for that step. Let's do the next one. Draw the straight line y equals -2 on the graph and find the value of x when y equals -2. So that's an horizontal line. So we'll draw that line. Y equals -2. So passes through -2. This is the y equals -2 line. On the graph and find the value of x when y equals -2. So you have to read these 2 points, intersecting point. So this means 2 squares to the left from 0.5. That means 1 square means 0.1. So 0.7 minus 0.7. X becomes -0.7. And what about this one? This is like 2.4. 2.4. Those are the 2 values. Then third part, it says write 2 roots of the function when it is shifted 3 units along the positive direction of y-axis. So 3 units up. So moving up. So what happens to the graph? The graph goes up, and what happens? Only moving the y value, and you are asked to find out the roots. So what's the graph then? You get here -4, this one 2 units up. Shifted 3 units. 1, 2, 3. So this point is here now. So what happens? So you get a graph like this. Now they are asking what are the roots. Now we'll take the original function. It says x squared minus 2x minus 3. Now shifted up means you are adding 3. That is equal to 0. Now we are trying to find out roots there. So 3 get cancelled out. You get x squared minus 2x is 0. Then what happens? The roots are changing now. So here 2 products is 0 means x equals 0 or x equals 2. Now new roots are 0 and 2. Earlier it was -1 and 3. So when it's shifting 3 units up, what happens to the x values? It becomes 0 and 2. So how many marks for that? Let's see how many marks for that question. You get 2 marks for writing down the correct values here. Here this point and this point, 2 marks there. And last part, x becomes 0 or x equals 2, you get 2 marks. So let's see all together whether you gave 10 marks. 2 and 2, 4. 4 and 4, 8, and 2 we gave 10 marks for the question. Question number 3. The area of trapezium ABCD is 44 square centimeters. So this is about area. You have to construct an equation and solve. So let's do the first part. So let's do the first part, A. A part. The area of trapezium is 44 square centimeters. Build up an expression for the area according to the information given in the figure. So how you find out the area of the trapezium? Half into sum of the length's parallel sides and multiply by the perpendicular height, that's x. That's the area of the trapezium. That's given 44. All are in centimeters. Now we have to simplify. Half x and x becomes 2x plus 8 into x becomes 44. Now can you see 2 is common? I can take 2 out. I want to get rid of this denominator 2. X plus 4 into x is 44. This 2 and this 2 get cancelled out. You get x squared plus 4x minus 44 equals to 0. That's the quadratic equation we are getting. Hence, show that the value of x can be taken by a third form value is given. So that means we can use completing square method or the formula. So we'll use completing square method. So what we do? Take the half of the x value and square it. So you get half of 4x is 2x. Square it, you need to add 4. And here minus 44 and you have to subtract 4 in order to get no difference. Add 4 and subtract 4. But we know this is x plus 2 squared. That's the square term. And that's 44 plus 4, 48. Take square root both sides. X plus 2 is equal to plus or minus square root of 48. 48, how can you write as a square term? 16 times 3. When you take the square root, you get 4 root 3. So instead of this, we can write 4 root 3 x plus 2. Now what is x? Minus 2 plus or minus 4 root 3. X cannot be negative. X is the height. So you can take only the positive value. So what is x? X becomes plus 4 root 3 minus 2. So when you take 2 out from that, you get 2 root 3 minus 1 is the x value. So let's take the answer, whether it's correct. That's correct. 2 into 2 root 3 minus 1. Find the length of the side DC, x plus 5 to the nearest whole number. And you can take root 3 as 1.73. So x plus 5 we need to find. So what is x plus 5? So DC length is x plus 5. Add 5. 5 plus 4 root 3 minus 2. You get 3 plus 4 root 3. Now substitute root 3 value 1.73. We'll check it. 1.73. That's correct. Now we'll simplify. Multiply by 4. 2 remaining. 4 times 1, 4 plus 2, 6. 6.92. That's 9.6. 9.92. To the nearest whole number, you can take as 10. 10 centimeters or centimeter square is the given area, so the length is in centimeters. So that's the full question. So how many marks for that? 10 marks, but we need to split the marks. So it's given starting from here, constructing the equation. So 2 marks. So writing first one, 2 marks. Then simplify. 1 mark. And to get the quadratic equation, you get up to this point 1 mark. Then taking the square root using completing square method, 1 mark. And the next one, next page, you are getting the other marks. So another 2 marks for showing this one up to this point. And so 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and finding this 3 marks. Here I didn't find out the x value, but it's given 1 mark for that. I straight away found the x plus 5. So let's see the question. Do we have to find x value? It says find the length of the side DC. Hence show that the x value can take this one. So that's we did. So you don't need to find out the length of x in decimal. So we can straight away use this. So 10 marks given for that question. Question number 4. You have to construct equation, simultaneous equation, and you have to solve the 2 equations. From a set of customers, some customers bought prepaid cards of 50 rupees and some customers bought data cards of 99 rupees. The total value of all cards is 1590 rupees. The sum of twice the number of customers who bought 50 rupee cards and the number of customers who bought 99 rupee cards is 34. Build up a pair of simultaneous equations by taking the number of 50 rupee cards as x. So 50 rupee cards as x and 99 rupee cards as y. So it says the total number you are getting is 1590. So x into 50, that's 50x plus 99y becomes 1590. That's first equation. And it says the second one, the sum of twice the number of customers who bought 50. The sum of twice the number of customers who bought 50. that's 2x. And the number of customers who bought 99, y. So 2x plus y equals 34. That's the second equation. Now we need to solve that. How can we solve that? What's the easiest way? You can multiply by 25. So second equation will multiply by 25 to get 50 here. You have to get the same coefficient. So 50x plus 25y equals 34 times 25. What's the answer? 20 times 5. 5 times 4, 20. 5 times 3, 15. Plus 2, 17. 850. That's the third equation. Now we can subtract the two equations. Which way is easy? 1 minus 3. When you subtract 1 and 3, you get 99 minus 25. That's 74y. These two, 740. So when you divide by 74, you get y equals 10. Now y equals 10, you can use the second equation to find out x value. 2x plus 10 equals 34. 2x becomes 34 minus 10. That's 24. Divide by 2. That's 12. So x equals 12. So what it means? X means 50 rupee cards. So 50 rupee cards, 12, and 99 rupee cards, that's 10. So that's the answer. So we'll see how many marks. So constructing the two equations, 2 marks. And 2 marks for finding y value, 2 marks for finding x value. So altogether 6 marks for that step. And we need to do the second part. So we did both here, first and second here. By solving the equation, find the number of customers who bought this and this. So this is the whole part of A. So the other part is next page. So we'll do the next one. In a certain week, 20 cards of 99 rupee and a number of 50 rupee cards were sold. If the values of the above cards are less than 3,200, build up an inequality and find the maximum number of 50 rupee cards sold. So 50 rupee cards is A. So it says in a certain week 20 cards of 99. So it's 20 cards of 99 and a number of 50 cards. A number of 50 cards, that's 50A, were sold if the values of above cards are less than 3,200. So the total 50A is less than 3,200. That's the inequality. And you can solve and find out the maximum value of A. So first multiply these two. 1,980 plus 50A is less than 3,200. Take this one to the other side. 50A is less than 3,200 minus 1,980. 1,220 divide by 50. A is less than 5 times 2, 10, for 22, 4, and 20, that's 4. Again, 5 times 2, 10, for 22, 4, 20, and for 20, again 4, that's 4. So this is less than 24.4. That means, what's the whole number? A is number of cards. That should be 23. You can take 24 because 24.4. So equal value 24 you can take. So number of cards, that's the maximum value you can get, that's 24. So you get 4 marks for that. Constructing equation, 2 marks. Solving here and finding the final answer, you get 1 mark. So 4 marks there. Earlier we gave 6 marks and this 4 add up to 10 marks. Question number 5. This is about statistics question. So statistics question, you have to find modal class and mean value. The following frequency distribution is prepared related to the number of vehicles that came to a certain service center during a month. What is the modal class of the distribution? So one which has the highest frequency. So look at the frequency and see that's 21 to 25. By taking a suitable assumed mean or by any other method, find the mean number of vehicles in a day to the nearest whole number. So we have to find out the mean. So here number of vehicles, six to 10, 11 to 15, 16 to 20, 21 to 25, 26 to 30, 31 to 35, 36 to 40. And we'll write down the total there. Then the mean mark, the average of these two. Add and divide by 2. So middle value. 6 plus 10, 16, divide by 2, 8. So that means adding 2 to this. So 13, 18, 23, 28, 33, 38. And the frequencies are given 2, 3, 5, 10, 6, 3, 1. And the total of all frequencies not given. So we'll find out 4, 10, 20, 25, 28, 30. That's 30. Now we need to find out the deviation. So which one we can take? Anything we can take as assumed mean. We'll take the highest one here, the modal class 23 as the assumed mean and find out the deviation. So deviation becomes x minus 23. So the difference is what? 5 always. So here 0. So minus 5, minus 10, minus 15. Here 5, 10, 50. Now multiply and construct FD column. 2 times minus 15, minus 30. Minus 30 again, minus 25. 0, 30, 30, 15. So what's the total? Here you get 75 positive. Here you get minus. Here you get 5, 8. So minus 10 is the difference. So how you find out the mean? Mean becomes assumed mean plus sigma FD over sigma F. 23 minus 10 over 30. minus 1/3. So you get 23 minus 1/3. You get 22 and 2/3. So you can write this one 22 3/3 minus 1/3. So when you subtract the fractional part, you get 2/3. So you are getting 22 2/3 as the answer. So we need to round it to the nearest whole number. So what is this? 22 point 2/3 means 0.666 like that. So here that's more than 5. That's more than 5. So you can round this number as 23. So 23 is the mean number of vehicles per day. So that's the answer. So we'll see how many marks for that. So according to the marking scheme, you are getting 1 mark for the modal class and how many marks for the mean? You get 7 marks. 7 marks for the mean. Assumed mean 1 mark. Middle value is 1 mark. Deviation calculation 1 mark. Sigma FD. So you get 4 marks there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here, and the final value will give 1 mark. Altogether 8 marks for that. Now let's take the next one. It says a profit of 250 rupees is received by the service center from a vehicle. Find the profit received by the center in a month. So how many cars per day? 23. Each one 250 profit, and for a month that's 30 days for a month. So we'll first multiply these two zeros. So 3 times 25, you can say 75 multiplied by 23. So 2 zeros, 75 and 23 multiplication, 20 and 3. You get 1725. So 172,500 rupees. So 2 marks for that. So we gave 8 before and these 2 altogether 10 marks for this question. Let's do question number 6. It's about drawing diagram, sketching, and then you have to use trigonometric ratios and finding height. So we'll do separately. There are 5 parts for that. A person observes a helicopter from the point A on the ground when it travels at the place of H1. We'll take this one as H1 at the angle of elevation 42 after 10 seconds. So this is 10 seconds. He observed the helicopter when it travels at the place H2 at the angle of elevation 30 degrees. A sketch drawn in including the data is given. Neglect the height of the observer and answer the following questions. So this height is given h, perpendicular height. Build up an equation for tan 42 including x and h. This distance is given h. So if we take the triangle, let's take the smaller triangle. 42, height is h and this length is x. So what's the ratio? To this angle, opposite over adjacent, tan 42. Tan 42 is equal to h over x. Then they are asking, build up an equation. So what is h? H becomes x tan 42. So that's the first part. Then consider the distance traveled within 10 seconds is approximately 500 meters. So this distance is 500 meters. Then build up an equation for tan 30 including x and h. Now we have to take the bigger triangle. So this is 500. So when you take the bigger triangle, so you get tan 30. So what is tan 30? Tan 30 is equal to h over here x plus 500 is the total distance. Then you can write x plus 500 into tan 30 is equal to h. That's the second part. So how many marks for that? So you are getting 1 mark for constructing this equation here and 1 mark for this one. So 2 marks there. Now let's take the next one. Build up an equation without h using the equations in 1 and 2. So you have to equate the two equations because this is h equals, this is h equals. So these two will equate. X tan 42, x tan 42 is equal to x plus 500 tan 30. Now expand brackets and take all x terms to one side. X tan 42 is equal to, here when you multiply x tan 30 plus 500 tan 30. So when you take this one to this side, you can take x out. Tan 42 minus tan 30 is equal to 500 into tan 30. So that's the equation for x. So what is x? 500 into tan 30 divide by, you have to divide by this, tan 42 minus tan 30. And you are asked to solve and find out the value of x. So we'll use tangent tables to find out these values. So x becomes 500 into tan 30, 0.5774. And what's tan 42? 0.9004. Now we can simplify. Now we'll multiply by 500. 0, 0. Put 2 zeros. 5 times 4, 20. 2 remaining. 5 times 7, 35. Plus 2, 37. 3 remaining. 5 times 7, 35 plus 3, 38. 3 remaining. 5 times 5, 25 plus 3, 28. And here, how many decimal places? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the answer. Divide by. Subtraction, 0.9004. Subtract 0.5774. 0.323. You don't need to write down 0. So either you can use logarithmic tables or you can just use long division. So we'll do long division. So here you have to multiply by 1000 to get rid of this decimal place. So 323 comes in the denominator. So what about the numerator? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2 zeros. So we'll use long division. 288,700 divide by 323. 8 times 3, 24. 8 times 2, 16 plus 2, 18. 8 times 3, 24 plus 1, 25. And remaining 3 here, 0, 3. We put 9 and see. 9 times 3, 27. 9 times 2, 18 plus 2, 20. 2 remaining. 9 times 3, 27 plus 2, 29. And we'll take this 0. So you get 3. 3 times 3, 9, 6, 9. When you subtract, you get 261. Now you have to put decimal point here. Take 0. So 2600 again, you can take 8. 8 times 3, so you multiply before, so that's 2584. So 26. So one decimal place enough, so you can write x is equal to 893.8 meters, or we'll round it to whole number, 894 meters. So that's the value of x. So let's see how many marks for that. So you are getting 2 marks for equating the two equations. Here, equating the two equations and get the equation, and that's third part, and solving fourth part, you are getting another 3 marks for that, for finding x value 894 meters. Let's do the last part. Find the height to the helicopter from the ground. So that means h. So we know x value. So what's the easiest way to find out h? We'll use this one. H equals x tan 42. H equals x tan 42. X we found 894 into tan 42. What's the value before we calculated that? 10.9004. So we'll multiply 0.9004, 894. 890 and 4. 8 times 4, 32. 8 times 9, 72. 9 times 4, 36. 9 times 9, 81. 4 times 4, 16. 4 times 9, 36. Add it together. And put how many decimal places? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 804.9. Or you can write h as 805 meters. So that's the final answer. So let's give marks for that. So you get 2 marks for that step as well. 2 marks. So altogether we gave 10 marks for that question. Let's take question number 7. So it's about arithmetic progression and geometric progression. So 2 parts are there. So let's do it. In an arithmetic progression, when third is added to 30, eighth term is obtained. So this is arithmetic progression. So what it says, when third is added to 30, third term is added to 30, you get eighth term, T8. But we know for a arithmetic progression, third term means a plus 2d, eighth term is a plus 7d because nth term is a plus n minus 1d. You have to subtract 1 from that. So we'll write third term is a plus 2d. Eighth term is a plus 7d. Now can you see a get cancelled out? When you take 2d to the other side, 7 minus 2, 5d equals 30. Divide both sides by 5, you get d equals 6. So that's the common difference of the progression. That's the first part. Then if the sixth term of the progression is equal to 7 times of the first term, find the first term. So we'll make another equation. It says if the sixth term of the progression, T6, is equal to 7 times the first term, that's 7a. What is T6? A plus 5d. Now, a term you can take it to this side. 7a minus a, 6a, 5d, 5 times 6. When you divide by 6, what you get? A becomes 5. So the first term is 5. So let's give marks. D equals 6. So you are getting 2 marks for that. And A equals 5, another 2 marks. Part 3. Find the sum of first 12 terms of the new arithmetic progression which is obtained by multiplying first term and common difference by 3. So we found A equals 5 and D equals 6 from the previous. Now multiply by 3, you get 15 is the first term and the common difference is 6 times 3, 18. Now this is the new progression, arithmetic progression. Find the sum of first 12 terms, S12. So what's the formula? S12, n over 2, that's 12 over 2, 2a, 2 times 15 plus n minus 1. So 12 minus 1, 11, d is now 18. So you get here 6, 2 times 15, 30. What's 11 times 8? 1, 8, you can separate it and 8 plus 1, 998. You know how to multiply by 11? It's really easy. Separate the first and the last term and then add 8 and 1 becomes 9. So 6 times 8, 2. Now multiply. 6 times 8, 48. 6 times 2, 12 plus 4, 16. 6 times 2, 12 plus 1, 13. 1368 is the sum of 12 terms of the new progression. Let's see how many marks for that part. You get 3 marks. 1 mark for this, identifying new first term and the common difference, and 2 marks for finding the sum. So we gave altogether 10 marks for that question as well. So in this one, we have given 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 4, 7. 7 marks. So let's do part B. In a geometric progression, fourth term is 81 and common ratio is 3. Write first 3 terms of the progression. This geometric progression. Fourth term, T4 equals 81. R equals 3, common ratio. Find the first three terms. So we have to find out the first term. How can you write fourth term in terms of the first term and the ratio? AR to the power 4 minus 1, 3. Now substitute R equals 3. A into 3 to the power 3 is 81. A becomes 81 divided by 3 to the power 3, 27. So when you divide, you get A equals 3. First term is 3. So what are the first three terms? 3. 3 times 3, 9. 9 times 3, 27. So these are the first three terms. So how many marks for that? 3 marks. 3, 9, 27, 3 marks. So we gave earlier 7 marks and this 3 altogether 10 marks for that. Let's do the next one. Question number 8. That's construction question. You have to use the compass and the ruler. So there are 6 parts for that. Use a straight edge of centimeter millimeter scale and a pair of compass to do the following constructions. Show construction lines clearly. Draw a circle of radius 4 centimeter and the center A. Draw a circle such that the radius is 5 centimeter and 6 centimeters away from A. The center of the circle is B. So we'll first draw the circle with radius 4. So you have to first mark the point. We'll take somewhere here A. Now you have to measure 4 centimeters. So you keep on top of A and draw the circle. That's the circle there. Then draw a circle such that the radius is 5 centimeter and 6 centimeters away from that. So we'll draw a line now. Straight line passes to A because the B point is 6 centimeters away. Now we'll take the compass. Now we'll mark the point B. That's 6 centimeters away from A. From here, we'll mark the point B. This is B. And then from there, 5 centimeter radius circle. So we'll measure 5 centimeters. And draw the circle now. From here, 5 centimeter circle. So this is B. This is 5 centimeters. And this length is 6 centimeters. So those are the 2 parts. The center of circle is B. So we'll give marks later. We'll do the next part. Third part, draw 2 tangents to the circle of center A from the point B and name the tangential points as P and Q. So you have to draw 2 tangents from B. B is the outside point of the circle with center A. So how we draw 2 tangents? So this is the procedure. So to draw any 2 tangents from this, you have to first draw the perpendicular bisector of A and B. And then we have to find out the center of the circle to draw the other circle with the A and B is the center with that point. So we'll first draw the perpendicular bisector. Draw the perpendicular bisector. So you have to take the compass, take any distance. We'll draw a line above and below, and here also same distance, below here and above somewhere here. That means we have to draw it again. Now we have the perpendicular bisector. We'll take a broken line to find out the line. That's the perpendicular bisector of A and B. Then what you do? You have to draw a circle so that this is the intersection point. The midpoint of AB is the intersection. So this is the radius of the circle. So here I'm not going to draw the full circle. I just want to find out the length. So when you draw the circle, you have to find out where it cuts the circle with center A. Here. Here this point, and where's the other point? Here. So those are the 2 points that you get the tangent lines. So here what we can do, we can draw the tangent lines from B now. B to this point. So now this is the tangent, one tangent, and this is the other tangent. So what are the 2 points? This point, that's P, and this point is Q. Not the intersection point of the 2 circles. That's totally wrong if you take these 2. So this point and this point, P and Q. Write the relationship of angles PBA and ABQ. PBA. We'll find out what's PBA. P, B, A. This angle, and ABQ, this angle. What can you say? We know that when you draw 2 tangents from outside point, the angle is bisected here. This angle is equal to this one according to the rule, because when you draw the tangents, we know the radius and the tangents are perpendicular, and we can show that these 2 triangles are congruent. Because of that, the angles bisect each other. So what's the relationship? Both are equal. You can write what's the relationship? PBA angle is equal to ABQ. So the 2 angles are equal. Then the next part. Now we'll take the next part. Name the intersection points of the circle and the line BA as X and Y. So where's X and Y? This is X and this is Y. Then obtain the triangle PXY. PXY. We'll use a different color here. PXY. P is here, X is here. This triangle, PXY triangle. And what is the type of the triangle PXY? Look at carefully. A is the center. So yx becomes the diameter. So any semicircle angle is 90 degrees. So we can say this is a right angle triangle. So we can write fifth part, PXY is a right angle triangle. Angled triangle. Then the next part, sixth part. Name the circle of the center A related to the triangle PXY. PXY, the circle is outside, passing through these 3 points. What you call that? That's the circumcircle. So we can write it's the circumcircle. So circumcircle of PXY is a circle with center A. So let's see how many marks for each step. So identify circumcircle, you get 2 marks. Right angle triangle, 2 marks. And the previous step, equating this one, that's 1 mark. So 5 marks for that. And you are getting 5 marks for drawing all these other parts. Constructing the circle, 1 mark. This circle, 1 mark. Then we did angle bisector, not angle bisector, perpendicular bisector here. And then we found out the 2 points, P and Q, 1 mark, and then the tangent, 1 mark. So we'll see whether it's okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 marks for that question. Let's take the next one. Question number 9. So you have to construct an equation and find the value for radius. So 2 parts are there. In a metal right cylinder of radius 4 centimeter, the height is 3 times of the radius. So this is a cylinder, 4 centimeter is the radius. So what's the height? 4 times 3, 12. When 3 solid spheres are made in equal size by melting the above cylinder, you get with radius r, that's the sphere, you get 3 of these, but it says 1/6 of the volume of the cylinder is wasted. So this time 1/6 of the volume wasted. So we have to find out. The radius of the sphere is this. So what we can do, first we find out the used volume. So 1/6 is wasted, that means 5/6 used for that. So 5/6 of volume of the cylinder, pi 22/7 r squared, that means 4 squared, h, that's 12. 5/6 of volume is equal to, what's the volume of sphere? 4/3 pi 22/7 r squared, r cube times 3. So that's equal. So can you see pi get cancelled out? And what else? We can find r cube as here 6 and here get cancelled out, you get 2. 5 times 2, 10. 4 times 4, 16. 16 times 10, 160. This side multiplied by here 3 also get cancelled out. This 3 and this 3. So you don't need to multiply by 3 there. I'll erase that. So you get this one, divide by 4 is there below. So 4 you get. So what's the value? So 40. R cube is 40. So how you find R? Cube root of 40. Now we need to simplify that. How we simplify? Because it's not cube root 40 there. 40, how can you write? 40 you can write 8 times 5. So this means cube root of 8 into cube root of 5. We can write separately. So what is cube root of 8? That's 2. So 2 times cube root of 5 is the R value. So that's what you are getting there. So that's the R value. So this is in centimeters. How many marks for that? So you are getting 5 marks for showing all this. So we'll give 1 mark here, 1 mark, 2, 3, 4, and final answer 5. Now take the next one. Find the radius of the sphere to the second decimal place using log tables. So we found R equals 2 into cube root of 5. So cube root I can write power 1/3. Then take log both sides. Log of R equals log of 2 plus here multiplication and 1/3 you can take it down log 5. Now we can use the table. So we'll take the table, log 2. That's 20, 0, 30, 10. 1/3 and log 50, 0. Log 50, 0, 6990. 6990. Now first we can divide by 3. 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 3. Now we can add it. 0, 3 plus 1, 4, 3, 3 plus 2, 5. Now use anti-log to find out the R value. So what's anti-log of 5340? 5340, here it's already there. 34:2. 34:2. This is 0 means 3.42 is the radius of the sphere. So this is in centimeters. How many marks? You are getting other 5 marks for that. So taking log both sides, 1 mark. 1 mark for referring this value and 1 mark for this one, 3. And anti-log value here, calculation 1, 4 and getting the final answer 1 mark. So altogether 10 marks given. Question number 10. So you need to prove triangles, parallelogram. So we'll do separately. In the triangle ABC, P is the midpoint of AB. This length is equal to this length. The line BC meets the line which is drawn parallel to AC. This is parallel to this one. Through P at Q. So these are parallel. The line PQ is extended to R such that PQ is QR. So this length is equal to this length. And BR and PC are joined. BR and PC. PC, BR and PC are joined. So these two lines are there. Copy the above diagram and indicate data. Show that the triangle PQC and BQR both are congruent. So we have to find out these two triangles. This one and this one both are congruent. So we have already one side and we know this angle is equal to this angle. Opposite angles are equal. So we need to find out another length. So for that we need to take, can you see ABC triangle? When you take ABC triangle, P is the midpoint. AP is equal to PB. And we know these two lines are parallel. It's given AC is parallel to PQ. So what can you say about CQ length and QB? According to converse midpoint theorem, we can say CQ and QB are equal. So first you have to identify that, and now what can you say about the triangle? This side is equal, this angle and this side. Side angle side, the two triangles are congruent. So we'll do that now. Now we can show that CPQ triangle and BQR triangle, CQ and QB both are equal. We proved that. PQ and QR equal, that's given. And CQP angle is equal to RQB angle. Opposite angles are equal. Then we can say side angle side. Included angle is there. So CPQ triangle is congruent to BQR triangle. That's side angle side. So that's the reason. How many marks for that step? So just marking these diagram, all the points, just 1 mark, and 3 marks for proving that these two triangles are congruent. So altogether 4 marks given. Let's take the third part. Show that PBRC is a parallelogram. So we'll mark all the information now we found out. This is equal, this line is parallel, and these two lengths are equal, and this is also equal. Now what can you say about PBRC? Quadrilateral. Angles, diagonals bisect each other. So definitely it's a parallelogram. So you can say PQ is equal to QR. CQ is equal to QB. So therefore PBRC is a parallelogram. Why it's a parallelogram? Diagonals bisect each other. Then the fourth part, this is third part, and it says fourth part, name an equiangular triangle and hence prove that AC to QR, this one is BC, this long length to BQ. So can you see, we have to take the ABC triangle and the smaller one, PBQ triangle. PBQ triangle. We'll take this one is theta. These two lines are parallel. If this is alpha, this is alpha. Because two angles are equal. Corresponding angles. I'll label this angle is beta. So this is also beta. Now can you see? Same angles are there, equiangular. So these two triangles, theta, we'll take theta angle, that's B angle, that's common for B angle for both triangles. If you take alpha, that's big one, A angle, and here P angle. If you take beta, that's C angle here, and this one Q angle. So corresponding angles are equal. So you can say these two triangles are equiangular. So ABC triangle and PBQ triangle are equiangular. If the two triangles are equiangular, that's similar as well. So therefore similar. So you can take corresponding ratios. So we'll take the corresponding ratios. We need AC first. So we'll take AC. AC is opposite to theta angle. So AC over. Then opposite to theta is PQ. The ratios are equal. Then we have to take BC, the bigger one. That's opposite to alpha. Opposite to alpha is BQ. Now see what we got. AC to PQ is BC to BQ. Check whether we want that AC to PQ, AC to QR. So PQ and QR both are equal, BC to BQ. Other side is okay, BC to BQ. So we can say PQ is QR and we can substitute the value. So PQ is equal to QR. So instead of PQ, you can write QR. So that's the answer. So how many marks for that? Showing that equiangular. Before that, parallelogram. Diagonals bisect each other. So you get 2 marks for that. And fourth part, you are getting 3 marks. So 2, 3. So let's see whether it's altogether 10 marks. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 and we gave 4. That's 9. 1 mark for this step, showing that this one, this step also you are getting 1 mark. So altogether now 10 marks for that question. Now question number 11. So that's about Venn diagrams and you get 4 parts for that. 60 patients for a medical clinic, it is realized that 38 are not in heart diseases and out of them 16 people are diabetes patients. The number of patients who are both diabetes and heart diseases are 15. So what's the total? 60 patients. It is realized that 38 of them are not in heart diseases. So heart diseases is this, not heart diseases means outside, 38 outside. And 16 people are diabetes patients. So diabetes, so that's 16 here. If this is 16, what is outside? You have to subtract 16 from 38. So you get 22. So that's here. What else given? And the number of patients who are both diabetes and heart disease, that's 15. So 15 here. Represent the above information. So we can find this value. So 15 and 16, or you can write this one as 38. 38 plus 15, 53. So 60 minus 53, this should be 7. So that's the diagram. So we'll see how many marks for that. You are getting 3 marks. What is the number of patients who haven't diabetes but infections with heart diseases? So here we'll fill those values first. What is the number of patients who haven't diabetes? So outside this, but infections with heart disease. So that's this one, 7. So that's 7 here. Then it says it is decided that medicine is given to all diabetes patients and few patients who are not infect diabetes. The number of heart disease patients who received medicine is 18 and the number of patients who did not receive medicine is 20. Copy the Venn diagram of part 1 and draw the subset to show the patients who should be given medicine. Then include all data to the Venn diagram. Find the number of patients who are not infected diabetes and the medicine is received. So we need to draw another Venn diagram. So shall we draw another one? So we'll first take the entire set and we need 3 circles now. You take, this is the heart disease patients and this is diabetes patient. And then we need a big circle so that it shows what's the whole set now? Medicine, given medicine. But it says all diabetes patients are given medicine. So that means this should be a subset. So we'll draw another big one. So this should be the diagram. Now we can fill the value. So this is 60 and 22. We'll check 22 is same. And here it says this part is 7. Now it says another information, the number of heart disease patients who received medicine. So this is the big circle for medicine and this circle is same as diabetes and this circle is for heart disease. And it says the number of heart disease patients who received medicine is 18. Heart disease patient who received, this one is 18 now. So this is 15 and 18 means this is 3. So this is 7 and this is 3, this should be 4. 4 plus 3, 7. And what about this one? This 16 as it is. And what else given? It says the number of patients who did not receive medicine is 20. The number of heart disease patients who received medicine is 18 and the number of patients who did not receive medicine is 20. Here when you take the whole circle as medicine, what should be this outside? This should be, it says 20. So 4 is already there. So I am only considering the medicine circle. So medicine circle, this is 4. So 20 there. So this is 16. 16 plus 4, 20. And what are the other parts now? So that means what should be this part? So 15 plus 16 is there. Now we can add and fill the other part. 16 plus 4, 20. 20 and these 3. 15, 16 and 3. 34. So 34 plus 20, that's 54. So this should be 6. 54 plus 6, you get 60. So that's the new diagram. And you are asked to find the number of patients who are not infected diabetes. Who are not infected diabetes, close the diabetes circle. And the medicine is received. Medicine is received according to this one. This is 6 and 3. That's 9. So 6 and 3, that should be 9. So the answer for this one is 9. Here you need to be careful with this one. Okay, it says here who did not receive medicine is 20 means outside the full medicine, this one is 20. So this is 4 is there. So we have to consider that 4 and then that 4 and this 16 is 20. So that's 20, okay. And here add and see whether you get 60 there. 15 plus 3, 18, 22, 22 and 32, you get 54 and 6, you get 60 altogether. So the diagram is correct. And find the number of patients who are not infected diabetes. Not infected diabetes means outside diabetes and the medicine is received. 6 plus 3, 9. That's outside. That's also correct. Now we'll give marks for that. It's given 4 marks. 4 marks given for this diagram and 1 mark for 7. And 1 mark for 9. That's part 4. So 1, 2 and 6 and 3, 9, and we need to give 1 more mark. 1, 2, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and one more mark. We have to give one more mark. So 3, 4 we give, and 4 marks for this one, and another 1 mark we have to give for this. So another 1 mark. Then 10 marks altogether. Question number 12, that's the last question in this paper. Again, it's about circle theorems. 3 parts are there. RQ and RT. RQ and RT are 2 tangents drawn from R. Find the value of X using given data. Write a theorem you use to obtain the answer. Look at carefully to this arc. This is the angle subtended at the center. This is this. If this is X, this is 2X. And we know these 2 lengths are equal, radii. So we can say if this is 40, this is also 40. Isosceles triangle. So what is 2X? 180 minus 40 and 40, 80. That's equal to 2X. So what's X? So 100 divided by 2, that's 50 degrees. So what's the theorem we used? Angle subtended at the center is doubled as angle subtended on the circumference. So that's the theorem we used. So how many marks for that step? So you are getting 2 marks. 1 mark for the answer and 1 mark for the reason. Let's take the next one. Show that the area of triangle RQO and ROT are equal. So that means congruent. We'll connect this. So we'll take RQO and ROT triangle. We know that these 2 tangents, so tangents are equal. So RQ is equal to RT. And we know tangent and the radius, these are perpendicular. So that's 90 degrees. RQO angle is same as RTO angle, that's 90 degrees. And this one, OT. OT is equal to OQ, radii. And also here, OR is common. So we can say all 3 sides are equal. So you don't need this one, 90-degree angle. So we can say RQO triangle is congruent to ROT triangle. What's the case? SSS, side, side, side. So the 2 areas are equal. So how many marks for B part? You are getting 4 marks for that. Let's take the last part, part C. This is part B, and we'll take part C. Show that RQOT is a cyclic quadrilateral and find the value of QRT. QRT. This angle we need to find. This is 90 degrees. This is also 90 degrees. Opposite angles add up to 180. It's a cyclic quadrilateral. So you can easily say RQOT is a cyclic quadrilateral. YOQR plus RTO add up to 180, 90 and 90. So, cyclic quadrilateral, opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral add up to 180. So, that's the reason. So, you get marks for that. But we have to find out this angle. So, how you do that? We found out this whole angle is 100. Now, this is a quadrilateral. The sum of angles in quadrilateral is 360. So, we can easily find out QRT angle is 360 minus 90, 90, 180 and 100 is there. So, when you subtract, you get this angle. So, what's the value? 360 minus 280. 80 degrees. So, that's the angle. So, how many marks for that one? So, you are getting we gave 4 marks. Part C, we have to give marks. 2 marks for writing down this is cyclic quadrilateral and 2 marks for 80 degree angle. So, 2, 4, 4, 8 and 2, 10. So, that's the last question and you got 10 marks. So, we completed all questions in paper 2 and make sure that you do the paper first and then watch my video to check your answers.